Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Well, we pulled it off. All our plans came to fruition.
As I predicted.
Yes, Harriet, but you still have that little trinket, right?
Oh, it's in a safe place.
To the barnstables.
You know, I must admit, I did not think that young Sam would work out so well.
Well, we handpicked him, didn't we?
To the private eye.
Oh, good stuff.
It is rather.
Yes, it's got quite a kick. Oh. Oh.
Della, I do believe that Marguerite has just died.
So it seems. It must have been something she drank. Wait.
Oh, don't let it dampen the party.
If she drank some of this champagne, and I drink some of this champagne, bad stuff. Oh.
Well, I guess I must get going. Don't bother getting up. What are you doing here?
Voiceover. The city lay quiet like a sleeping panther, dark, seething, ready to pounce if awakened suddenly. I know this city like the back of my hand. Dirty, smelly. The city, not my hands. Not that I don't get my hands dirty every now and then. Dirty from turning over rocks and having to do business with what crawls out from under. It's part of my job. The name's Monday, Harry Monday. I'm a private eye. Lights come up. This is great stuff. Hey, I'm trying to work up here. Sorry. Oh, mix with anything, please. The hot breath of the street wrapped around me like a foul overcoat as I sat late that night in my office. Then she arrived. The rusty hinges of my office door screamed their apology, and she sneaked in. She was equipped like a well-stocked bar, and I was just about to get drunk. She swiveled her way over to my desk with a step you can't learn at Arthur Murray's. After oozing into a chair, she leaned over and said,
Mr. Monday, I need you.
Mr. Monday,
My name is Courtney Delacroix, and I'd like to hire you, sir.
Huh? Hey! You're real?
Most of me.
That's okay, I don't take off points for originality. Shut up. Can I do you out of some serious money? I mean, how can I help you?
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Darling, you could interrupt a stampede. Oh, this? I'm writing a play. It's autobiographical. I'm making it up as I go along. Can I get you something to drink while we discuss the case?
Don't mind if I do. Life's such a bumpy ride without a soft cushion.
Yeah, well, I got some stuff here that'll flat smother you. It's one of the great wines from the Great Lakes.
You're on. You're on.
Actually, it's pronounced "you're on your own." And a good year for wine, too.
I'll come to the point. I know you're busy.
Take your time. I'm here for the long haul, and I'm just now starting to enjoy the crumbs. Good year for wine, bad year for corks.
Oh, thank you. Now, do you ever drink alone, Mr. Monday?
Yes, that's my hobby. Better days?
And nights.
Are you sure this is for internal use?
It works great on my Buick. Now, try not to belch with your mouth closed.
Why not?
It burns all your nose hairs out.
Now, I'll come to the point. I know you're busy.
No, let me tell you what you're here for. You're one of those uptown dames used to having your own way. A classic type. With charge accounts sent to nameless boyfriends with something to hide. You can cry at the drop of a relative from a will, but your mascara never runs. Only now you've found yourself on a dead-end street. That dead-end street is me.
Very good.
Thanks, that's in scene 1. Doesn't mean I was right.
Maybe you're not the one for this case.
You're a nickel lady, but you never know if something looks good till you get it home and try it out.
You ever hear of King Midas?
Sure, he's a king, right? Only you didn't want to sit in front of him and make noise in front of him at the movies because he'd tap you on the shoulder and suddenly you're 24 karat.
That's the myth, but you're on the right track.
Oh, a near myth.
Do you ever hear of the Barnstable family?
Is this leading to something, or are you just trying to find out who I owe money to?
Marguerite Della and Harriet Barnstable were well known for finding and donating priceless artifacts to the Haverfax Museum. They sponsored a dig to find the tomb of King Midas in Egypt.
Well, I can quit looking in Idaho.
They found his tomb, but some of the artifacts were lost, shall we say? I'm looking for one particular artifact.
And the Barnstables?
They all died.
The nerve! Did they do it just to make the job harder for me?
Can you find the artifact, Mr. Monday? Money is no object.
Well, not around here anyway. Describe said artifact.
It was a gold choker, said to be worn by Midas at the end of his days. That's what I want you to find.
I see. You're looking for the Midas muffler?
They're still waiting on that new opening, and when the actors stop rehearsing, they eat. Oh, I see you have company.
Oh, this is...
Pearl Van Beasley.
Right, Pearl, this is...
Courtney Delacroix.
I hate long introductions. You two go ahead. I'll pick up your slack.
Funny, you being in this part of town.
Yes, I always come here for a laugh.
Oh, and just as witty as ever.
Oh, call me Shecky. By the way, did they ever find your first husband?
Could you two talk slower? I'm working on Act 2.
What's she doing here, Harry?
You tell her nothing.
But she's the producer of my play.
I'll give you $500 up front to take the case.
What's who doing here?
Just me come to clean up. I don't know nothing.
Our business doesn't concern you.
You just happened to show up.
I didn't even know you were around until I saw everyone wearing garb.
That's a good one. I can use that.
Excuse me, Miss Delacroix.
Sure, Tom.
Oh, I'm not leaving here until she does.
Well, I'm not leaving until she does.
It's going to be a long night. I better send out for weenies.
Excuse me. Are you open?
For anything. Come on in. One couch, no waiting.
Are you ahead of me?
Only because of evolution.
Name's Monday. Harry the job you want me to settle up for?
Well, I'm trying to find out about a murder. 3 murders, actually.
Why is it always 3? Who got snuffed?
It happened about 20 years ago.
Took you a while to get here, huh? Couldn't get a cab? Who got murdered?
The Barnstables.
The Barnstables? Which Barnstable?
Marguerite?
Harriet?
Duh.
Yes.
And I think this is the first meeting of their fan club.
Oh, no, that's an old story. The Barnstables murdered each other.
Hold on, I'll handle this. Exactly where did the murders take place?
Well, that's why I thought you'd be just the man for the job. You see,
Okay, Monday, where is she?
Brogan, you can't come busting in here.
Yeah, it's on my route. There you are, sister. You're coming with me downtown. You got a lot of questions to answer.
Her, what for? An overdue library book?
I'll come with you peaceably, officer. Here is your address that you required.
Aha, the long arm of the law ain't quite long enough, is it?
Look here, Monday, if that's evidence, I'll run you in right alongside little Miss Marker here. So what is it?
It's an address. I'm having my hat blocked.
Yes, well, match your head. Come on.
Hold on. What's the charge?
Breaking and entering. Possible theft. At the Haverfax Museum. An eyewitness brought us right to her. Say, maybe she has an accomplice.
What a load of rubbish.
I'm going as fast as I can.
I'm watching you, Monday. Don't you leave town.
I can barely afford to go to the cafeteria.
I guess I better be going.
I had better be off too. Harry, you have that new opening finished and down to the theater tomorrow. I'll see you then. Ta.
You're sure in a hurry all of a sudden.
A few things I need to tend to. Now, remember, you're working for me. Anything you find about the artifact, you bring to me first. Anything you find about any artifact, and I mean anything, you bring to me. Anything.
Well, I feel like a cat with a mouse on a string. Well, they make hundreds now. How can I get a hold of you?
Oh, here's my private number, and I will be grateful. Very grateful.
Glad you're a private eye.
Oh, yeah. Wait, here's that address that Bannister lady gave me.
Where the murders took place?
Yeah, it's the 2714 Bellefontaine number 16. I think I'll start there. But I'm off to the scene of the crime.
Harry?
Lock up when you leave, will you?
Private eye. Yes, Harry.
This is 2714 Bellefontaine number 16.
What took you so long to get here? Catch a cab?
Welcome to my nightmare. It's crowded every now and then in the detective racket. Crowded with shady characters, innocent victims, and hapless bystanders. And usually somebody named Sarge. I see them all, and they're all headed in my direction, riding on a trolley car of crime. Hang on. That's a good one. Trolley car of crime. 3 people get murdered 20 years ago, and nobody knows who did it or why. Now, suddenly, they're everybody's hit song. I didn't like the smell of it, but I got so many smells in my office I don't like anyway. What is one more? I figured it was time for a history lesson and a chat with the professor of Egyptian artifacts, Assam Hamadan.
Yes, Mr. Monday. One does not delve very far into Egyptian antiquities without getting to know the Barnstable family. They were great patrons of some of these early digs. That's why, when I heard you were interested in this case, I came right over.
Did you ever meet them?
What have you heard? Yes, I've been with the museum for many years now. Very respected in my field.
So you're involved?
Not involved. I'm not involved. Sometimes I have trouble with your language.
I'll try to keep it clean. So what can you tell me about King Midas?
King Midas? You are yanking my appendage.
So much for keeping it clean. You mean pulling your leg?
Whatever you do with my limbs is of no concern, Mr. Monday. You are mistaken. There was no King Midas.
Did the Barnstables ever lose any particular artifact that you're aware of?
What have you heard?
If you don't cut that out, I'm going to get you a seatbelt. So there is a missing artifact.
You are mistaken, Mr. Monday. The Barnstable donated many artifacts to the museum, and none are missing.
What sort of stuff did the Barnstables find and fork over?
Many items of stuff. Some priceless jewels, some statues of kings and queens at the time, some in the form of their handservants who were to serve them in their afterlife.
You're a disgrace! You'll pay, you dog!
I have said nothing. He only asked me, but I've said nothing. Nothing about the jewel, the eye. I've said nothing.
What's with the geek?
Beats me, but I think he could use some vacation time.
You have not come to slay me?
Oh, no. Harry owes me $40 from a poker game last Thursday.
This is Saul Jawar. He runs a pawn shop down at the corner.
But the ceremonial dagger?
Harry doesn't pay very easily.
Ceremonial dagger? Where'd you get this?
Yeah, you pawned it in my place last year.
Oh, yeah, I thought it looked familiar. I found it in the office when I moved in.
If you want it back, it's $30.
You gave me $8.50.
So, you owe me $40.
This is a ceremonial dagger?
I was mistaken. A dagger is a dagger. I mean, obviously a copy, a trinket.
He's right. I got another one in the shop just like it. Been there for years.
I need to keep this. It could be evidence.
Hey, you pulled that same stunt when I brought my sister up here.
Saul, you could be in danger. I could be in danger. Even the professor.
I wish you had saved that earlier.
See, this is why I hate coming up here.
Look out!
Did you hit anything?
Sort of. By the way, do you still drive that 10 Chevy two-door?
Yeah, why?
How are you, son?
Oh, Harry! I've had that car for 16 years. 2 more payments and it's mine.
He's dead.
Don't try to change the subject. What are you going to do about my car?
What was that he said when you first came in? Something about a gem.
How am I going to explain bullet holes in my car, Harry? That car was almost new.
New?
Yeah, in this neighborhood, if the doors match the rest of the car, it's new.
How am I going to explain a dead body in my office?
Like this is the first time this has happened. Besides, who do you have to explain it to?
Well, there's her.
This third scene in Act 1, it just doesn't work.
Not a good time to talk, Pearl.
Well, make it a good time. Right here, you have a dead body
got me this. I think it's evidence.
A ceremonial dagger?
Was there a sale on these somewhere? How would you know that this is a ceremonial dagger?
Well, this is just what we needed. Like,
there's no ceremonial dagger in my play.
Well, but this is just the sort of exotic subtext we need for the script.
I'll bring it when I come to rehearsals.
Mr. Monday, you must help me.
Mildred, I thought you were in jail.
Well, I was, but somebody bailed me out.
Who paid your bail?
Well, they said you did.
It wasn't $40, was it?
Harry?
I went back to the Haverfax Museum to clear my name.
You went back to the museum?
Harry?
To speak to the curator of the Egyptian artifacts.
Sam, huh?
How'd you know?
When you're a private eye, you gotta know these things.
Was he wearing a brown tweed jacket?
Harry, that's not funny.
Okay, Monday, where is she?
I think this is where I came
And
in.
when I leave,
Don't nobody move.
Officer, I was just came in to thank Mr. Monday for bailing me out.
After asking for the curator of the Haverfax Museum, who's that?
Guess.
I want to report a crime. Somebody shot my car.
You still driving that tan Chevy two-door?
Yeah, air cooled.
I just sweep a few floors and pick out the trash.
Yeah, you ever had to deal with something like this?
Yeah, sure, I've been married twice.
All right, I want some answers. Why isn't every time you show up things get broken into and people die?
Leave her alone, Brogan. He was dead when she got here.
Good. I'll take you in as well.
He's dead? No, you mean this works?
Oh, Brogan, somebody shot the professor from the street.
Actually, Harry, somebody might have shot the professor from the building across the street.
But that place has been vacant for years.
And how come the window's up?
Monday, don't you try any of your shenanigans with me. I got a dead body and lots of suspects.
But I didn't have any reason to murder the professor.
Nor does anybody else.
Well, somebody did.
Well, count the trumps again, Brogan.
I hate it when you use jargon.
Well, figure it out for yourself. Somebody shoots into my office because they see somebody standing in my window, right?
So
nobody was trying to kill Professor Hamadan. They were trying to murder me. You ever have one of those days where the coffee doesn't taste right, or you can't get a cab, or you gotta explain a dead body in your office? I wonder here. I'll be with you in a minute. I learned this when I was with the IRS. They picked me up twice, in fact. Somebody in that building shot and killed somebody in this building. Was it Professor Hamadan they wanted, or me? I figured it was time I got the righteous up front from that Delacroix game. I didn't have to go far.
Mr. Monday,
You gotta stay in shape in this racket. You wanna give me a hand?
what shape are you shooting for?
You mentioned shooting.
Yes, I heard of some disturbance here yesterday.
Disturbance, she says. Smooth as a bookmaker's tires. Oh, I hope I didn't put you off your marmalade and toast.
I don't much care for your tone, Mr. Monday.
And I don't much care for getting shot at, or used, or lied to.
You're not married, are you?
Look, Miss Delacroix, let's play the hand face up this time. No jokers, and I do the dealing. I'm tired of the double shuffle, especially when somebody has stacked the deck.
Poker game tonight?
Hey, you get your metaphors where you can. Look, you either quit lying to me or I'm off the case.
You'll give back the $500?
Okay, you can lie to me a little. Look, there's no king minus and there's no muffler. The only part of your story that holds water is the Barnstables. So let me skip a few rocks over the pond and see what ripples. How about you figured I'd hand over any old artifact you turned up, and then when I never find this gold choker you wanted, you being you, call off the dogs being me.
You're just guessing. Do you have anything to report or not?
What if I was to tell you I found what you were really looking for? Say some particular jewel?
I guess I underestimated you, haven't I? You were so much more than I imagined.
Here we go.
I guess I can't hide anything from you, can I?
Now it starts. Coming attractions.
I can trust you, can't I, Mr. Monday?
Hey, I wasn't the one lying. Well, not yet anyway.
Now, what do you know about this jewel?
Just me, come the cleaner. Oh, never mind.
Why don't you tell me?
Oh, I see the professor already told you quite a bit.
Yeah, but I like your way better.
My way? I don't know anything. That's why I hired you.
Right.
Why are you always coming in my office to clean?
Well, I don't have a television. Harry, can't you hear us?
Not way over here, I don't think so.
Ask her about that building across the street.
Did you hear that?
Way over here? Okay, what do you want to know?
Couldn't wait 20 minutes to come in, could you?
Harry, last week she asked me about that building. She also asked me about that specific office. She figures you for a sap.
Is that true?
I seem to remember inquiring about that office.
No, I mean you figuring me for a sap.
This has gone far enough.
Oh, no. Nobody leaves, not till I get some answers. I thought you two knew each other when she first came in. Why didn't you say anything about knowing her?
Well, she said she trusted me, and then she started playing with my ear.
Him too?
I like taller men.
What about me?
I like shorter men.
You like breathing, man. I feel so used.
Yeah, but it's worth it, eh?
So, what'd you find out about the office?
Ask Pop.
Huh?
Aren't you going to play with my ear?
Ha!
That office was rented about 3 months ago.
Tell them by who?
Pearl.
Miss Van Beasley? The lady who's producing my play?
What'd you do? Rub a leg?
Here, quick, get in here.
What's in there?
It's my inner office and study.
It's his bedroom.
Right, if you get bored, read a magazine. Oh, wait, don't read a magazine.
I'll keep her company.
Just a second, I have a pie in the oven. Get in there and don't leave. I'll be with you in a moment. Okay, let her in.
Great, now I'm a doorman.
Harry? What's going on in here?
In here? Nothing's going on in here.
Ask about his bedroom.
You're getting on my nerves, Pop.
Has that Delacroix woman been here?
What makes you say that?
Because I saw her drive off. I saw her get out. I followed her up the stairs right to this office. Has she been here, Harry?
Well, I was gonna say no, but you kind of took the starch out of that.
Save this snappy dialogue for the play.
And just, what are you playing for, Pearl?
What do you mean?
I mean, you suddenly showed up here 3 months ago with some idea about me writing a play. Now you're producing it. Me, who's never written so much as an IOU. Certainly not a play. I should have suspected something then.
What are you getting at?
It's not me, Pearl, it's you. What are you getting at?
Oh, I won't stand here and be insulted like that.
Gotcha. Sorry, you can't leave unless you show me some ID.
What are you accusing me of?
I mean, I don't think you were looking for me. I think you were looking for this.
Harry, I'm not the one who has a trail of flies following him.
I mean this.
Harry, you in there?
Oh,
Did you advertise an open house?
It's Saul. You better wait in here. Oh, wait.
We have one room left and an edge.
Wait in here.
That's a closet! I'm waiting here.
I think she's got about 5 minutes.
Until she comes out?
Until she passes out. Yeah, okay.
Since when do you start locking your doors?
Since when did you start knocking?
Since you started locking your door. Here's that other dagger you wanted. What do you want it for?
I think I'll need a diversion.
Oh, why don't you try shooting pool? I hear it's easier than shooting cars. Why are we whispering?
The walls have ears.
Have you been drinking that Great Lakes stuff again, Harry?
This is perfect. What does it say here on the table? Padlock.
That'll be $40.
I'm just borrowing it.
Oh, fine. Can I borrow $40?
Okay, Monday. It's time you and I had ourselves a little Q&A.
Yes, it is. What do you remember about those Barnstable murders?
That was 20 years ago. 3 ritzy types, all sisters, all murdered. Right here. And never solved. But I'm the one who'll be asking the questions.
Okay, we'll take turns. I'll ask them, you answer them.
Right. No. Now, what'd you shove in your drawer there?
Well, if you're not going to play fair...
Look here, Monday. You give me some answers or I run you in, understand?
Okay, Brogan.
I want to know who murdered the professor. You know anything?
It's kind of stuck in my throat.
I don't know anything, Brogan. Trust me.
Yeah, that'll be the day. Well, how are you involved?
I'm taking a grill over on Pacific Street.
Yeah, everyone's a wise guy. Look here, you paid peeping Tom. If you're withholding evidence from me, I'm going to throw the book at you.
Okay, let's all read the dice. I'll cover you, but we both rake in the tape. Get me? And if it comes up craps, nobody's faded.
Poker game canceled again?
Okay, I'll tell you what I know. I got some lady hires me to find some artifact that don't exist. I got another one wants me to solve 3 20-year-old murders. Then I got a museum professor shows up here, gives me the double talk, and the next thing I know, he's a mummy. And then you show up, and so far, you're the only part of this that I understand.
What was that?
Excuse me, had enchiladas for lunch.
Well, I guess you're giving me the up and up, and I play Red Rover as good as the next guy, so lay your peepers on this.
Jeez, Brogan, you're starting to sound like me.
I don't come here to get insulted.
Where do you go?
Got it down at the station house, no prints.
Leave the cursed ones to their graves. All the door lets out the curse. The same curse unleashed by the Barnstables. The curse brought about by the private eye.
Yeah, and when I read Private Eye and Curse, I immediately thought of you. And every time I think of you, I curse. But besides, there's the Barnstable reference.
Can I keep this a few days? I'm running down a lead, and this could be gravy for both of us.
A couple of days. Now it's your turn to play tag team.
Right. Open sesame.
What the?
This lady is looking for some artifact. I the same one Professor Hamadan was looking for.
Why you? I thought you guys never spilled on your clothes.
Must have been somebody that looked like me.
Got something you want to tell the police?
You get nothing from me. I'll get you for this Monday. I gave you $500.
Look, doll, somebody is shooting first and asking questions later. Maybe they're after me. Maybe somebody else. I can't take a chance on you taking a slug.
Hey, I took you.
Get her out of here, Brogan. We're all in danger here.
Well, what if she's the killer?
Well, then we won't be in danger here anymore. See how that works?
Well, you don't have too long in any event.
I know, a couple of days.
Well, not just that, but they're tearing down the building, you know.
What, this building?
Yeah, slated to be leveled in a couple of weeks. They did send you a notice it was condemned, didn't they?
Oh, sure. That's why I'm trying to wrap this up and fast.
Your office is condemned?
Yeah, it's no coincidence either. Let's go, sister.
She gave you $500?
Right. Hey, I got expenses, you know. I got rent, I got food, I got my bookie, my bookie's lawyer, bails bondsman. I got all about her.
Late that night, the city had turned over on its back. Everyone I talked to gave me the evil eye, like a barmaid with no tip. And I couldn't trust anyone, mainly because no one was who they seemed to be. It was all one large decadent party, and I was their piñata. I was at the end of the trail, my patience in the long green. Then Lieutenant Brogan had to butt in.
Okay, Monday, I'm through being a nice guy. I'm tired of the runaround, and I ain't leaving till I get some answers.
Don't give me the bum's rush. I know what you want.
Hey! What? I did not.
Well, get your teeth filed or something.
I'm leaving. Okay, this scene isn't working. I thought if we rehearsed in Harry's office, you would get more feel of the mood, the ambiance, the... No, Desmond, you're not bleeding.
So that's me?
Don't look at me, I wanted to use a goat.
I prefer a goat. Anything with a little hair on it.
Oh, it's gonna leave a scar. I just know it.
I should have stuck to selling makeup.
So, Mr. Monday, what case are you working on right now?
Yeah, I'd like to hear this one myself.
Oh, just the usual down and out when nobody gives you the up and up.
Wow, he really does talk like that.
You ought to hear him give directions on how to get downtown. You just want to slap him.
Well, why am I being played by a woman anyway?
We needed a love interest.
And this office is just crawling with atmosphere.
Yeah, a lot of atmosphere and a lot of crawling.
Look here, Monday, I didn't come down here for the sneak preview. You said you had something.
What did you get from Courtney?
She gave us an all-to-her story about how she's looking for some artifact. And this one tells us she's the one renting that office space across the street for storage for the theater and doesn't know how anyone could have gotten in there. Then there's that Mildred what's-her-face up on that breaking and entering, but that's it.
But did she take anything?
No, and that's the odd part. The museum staff took inventory and found something extra.
She put something there?
Yeah, this. I took it for evidence.
Let me see that.
They say it's a fake, completely worthless. Now, what do you have?
Oh, just this, that curse that you gave me, that part about,
What about it?
Leave the cursed ones to their graves, all but one. Don't you get it, Brogan?
It's one what?
It means there's still one alive.
Who's alive?
That means it's still one Barnstable alive.
Oh, now you're shooting in the dark, Harry.
You think about it, Brogan. Suddenly, everybody's interested in artifacts. Everybody's interested in the Barnstables. Why now? I'll tell you why. Because this building is going to be torn down, and they don't have much time.
All right, I'll buy that, but who's they?
The missing Barnstable.
Harry, that's weak. That's as thin as...
As thin as a panhandler's stew.
Hey, what's this?
What is it?
I hope it doesn't say do not remove under penalty of law.
I can't make it up, but I think there's a name on it. And, like, I think it says Barnstable.
Give me that.
What is it? In my couch?
Looks like a label of some kind, Harry. Was this couch here when you moved in, or did you pick it up off the side of the road?
It was here when I moved in. This all adds up to something, but what? An old parchment, a curse, a ceremonial dagger.
A what?
Oh. A ceremonial dagger. This old parchment, this curse you got at the station.
Well, what's that?
Oh, something that Saul brought over. This tag that Veronica found in my couch, and this brooch that the professor found after the museum had been broken into. It's all there, but what does it mean?
What's that?
Oh, this building is full of shorts. It's been doing that all day.
Harry, I got your call. What do you want?
My call?
Yeah, you called me, told me to come down right away.
I didn't call you.
Okay, this better be good. I don't much care for being arrested.
You weren't arrested. We just asked you a couple of questions.
What are you doing here?
Oh, sure. No, he's playing hard to get.
Somebody call you to come down here too?
Not somebody. He did.
I didn't call you.
Oh, this is getting so exciting. All the suspects are gathering. Mr. Monday, are you going to tell us who the killer is?
No, I think I'll wait till I know who it is.
What do you got cooking here, Monday?
Not sure what's in the stew, Brogan.
I got your call, came right over.
And if it isn't our next mystery meet.
You're not very good at these metaphors, are you, Brogan?
I came as soon as I got your call, Mr. Monday.
How did you know it was me?
Well, you said to powder my mug, heat up the shoe leather, and don't be late for the lineup.
And if that wasn't you, someone sure did their homework. Well,
I'm just wondering why I called you all here tonight.
Monday, I ain't got time for this. Do you know something or not?
Just this, Brogan. If there is another Barnstable, and I think there is, it ain't none of this clan.
What do you mean?
Well, 2 and 2, Pearl, add up the numbers. If there is another brother or sister, they'd have to be well over 60 by now. And who could that be with this cattle calling?
Don't mind me. I was killing the crew. Isn't anyone going to yell surprise?
Oh, not again!
Monday!
Look out!
Ooh.
Stop that! Now I'm bleeding again! Watch it!
Grab him!
Grab who?
Anybody!
Hey!
He told me to!
Oh, sorry, I dropped something.
It was so exhilarating.
At least we're all still here.
Not everybody.
Someone just ran out that door.
Yeah, I think it was you.
Before me.
At least nobody got hurt.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Pop, it was you, wasn't it?
That got shot? I think so. Harry, you know all about it, don't you?
I think so, Pop.
I knew I could count on you. I knew.
Monday!
Pop, he was the one. He must have been the 4th Barnstable, the one brother nobody knew about.
No, Harry. No. I was secretly married to Marguerite, but no one knew. No one.
others, and...
Jeez Louise! It was Harriet who murdered the other two. Then I shot Harriet. But then...
Aren't you going to...
Wait for him.
Is he?
Now he dies. He was going to tell us something else.
Somebody shot him. Someone right here. Right in this room.
But with what? I don't have a gun.
Maybe with this.
Let me see that. That's the murder weapon.
So let me get this straight. Harry murdered the others and Pop got hurt.
You got it.
Fine, Monday, just fine. One thing.
Yeah?
Who murdered Pop?
Thought you had it figured out. Me too. It's always the same. Just when the party gets going, somebody always sits on the cake. I got Brogan to let me keep the clues, for a while anyway. I took a picture of them up here on my desk. That picture is in the envelope under the pumpkins on your tables. Why don't you take a look at them, see what you think, figure out which are the real clues and which ain't. We'll compare notes later. Think you know who did it? I'll give you a leg up. Everybody in this room is lying about something, and somebody is related to Pop. I'll be back later to see who or what else shows up. If I ain't, it's gonna be a short show.
Not here.
Bingo! You want some?
Who's out there? The lamp's on. Did I leave the lamp on? I don't remember leaving the lamp on. Well, it's on, but did I leave it on? I don't remember.
You left it on.
Oh, that's right. Wait a minute. Okay, come out and get your hands up. Ah, a couple of burglars. You found anything valuable? It's not mine. Okay. And this won't hurt a bit. No funny business now. See my nice shiny gun? Come in here in the middle of the night, wake a guy up. Okay, you're clean. Okay. What were you two looking for?
What do you got?
You might have gotten away with it, but you made one mistake. Yes?
We left the lamp on?
What were you looking for?
What do you got?
Oh no, you first. Brogan?
Let's beat it.
Well, we didn't get the...
Forget it. Grab the shit.
What?
Just grab it. It's our alibi.
Harry, are you in there?
You mind holding the door for us, Mac?
Yeah, sure. Jeez, they repossess furniture at all hours of the night, don't they? And they left a lamp on.
Oh.
Harry!
Who wants to know?
Oh, it's Brogan. What's with the outfit? You look like you just graduated clown college.
Did you see two men in here? I just got slugged.
Were they carrying a chair?
Huh? They took my chair.
couch.
They were burglars.
What?
Hang on. They're gone. At least they left my gun.
Well, how'd they get your gun?
They sent away for the catalog. What difference does it make? Besides, they didn't get what they really came for.
Yeah, what was that?
Not sure, but either they or somebody that hired them knew it was here because they saw it here tonight.
You mean one of the clues?
Now he's got a log on the fire. Think about it. I show my hand and get robbed the same night.
Well, did you get a look at him?
No, how about you?
Well, I just held the door for him, so...
Why don't you just give them a map and get out of jail free card next time?
Well, I got that information you wanted. I don't know why, though.
Okay, I'm open for business.
Well, for what it's worth, the museum's been robbed 3 times. The first time was a guy named Johann Breacher. He got away with a couple of paintings and a gold necklace, but we got him and he served 15 years. The second time was a bird by the name of Myron Slump. He was caught handing stuff out an upstairs window to a partner that was never caught. That was just about 20 years ago. And the last time was just last year. And in the last 2 cases, the museum's keeping mum as to what was taken.
What was his name, the last one?
Never found out. But I got this by slipping a fin to the night watchman. He said there was a trace of perfume in the air. I figure a dame.
Or a guy trying to make you think he was a dame.
Yeah, that was my next suspicion. Do you figure a tie-up?
Just playing all the angles, Brogan.
Look here, Monday, it ain't gonna play that way again, where I do all the legwork and you stumble upon the solution like a blind man finds a dollar bill in a parking lot. Now I want that dagger and right now.
You had spaghetti for dinner, didn't you? All you had to do was ask nicely. Here, it's all yours.
You keeping your evidence out on a ledge?
Just that piece. It's where I found it when I moved in.
Go figure. Wait a second, Seamus. There were 2 daggers.
2? Are you sure?
Don't you foist this one off on me. I want the other one. The one I saw in your drawer there. The one with the tag on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nothing, Brogan. You don't want that.
I want. Again?
I got a loose brick.
You can say that again. So you figured this one was taken from the Halifax Museum in a robbery, and that ties someone in, right?
I ain't singing until the whole choir shows.
Yeah, you don't got it. It's fitting together. What was that?
Sounds like a blue tufted metal arm. What do I know what it is? It's somebody at the door.
Well, what if it's them burglars back to finish the job?
Well, I'm glad they knocked to make sure I'm decent. Miss Bannister.
Oh, here she is again, like a recurring headache.
Can I use that?
Why is every time a crime is committed you show up?
What?
Maybe you got it backwards. Maybe every time she shows up, a crime is committed.
Yeah, and what's that mean?
Has there been another murder?
No, but it's early yet. The Flatfoot's got a point, though.
Thanks. Hey.
What are you doing here at this time of night, Miss Bannister?
Well, I wanted to speak to you alone. I have something to tell you. A clue, I believe you call it. Where's your chair?
If you know something, sister, I want to hear it.
Something you saw tonight, I'll bet.
Why, yes. That brooch. I think I'll stand.
Now we're getting somewhere. You've seen that brooch before?
Well, I couldn't place it at first, but the night I was arrested and taken in, I remember seeing somebody with it, wearing it, a lady.
Well, can you describe her to us?
Well, I'll certainly try. She had blonde hair and a green tweed suit. She had patent leather shoes. She had gray streaks in her hair and thick glasses. She was heavy-set and sweating a lot. And she had a mole on her right cheek and spoke with a real husky voice. I only got a
What?
Hang on, did you see her here tonight?
No, was she here?
Maybe.
You mean?
Yeah, maybe it was somebody disguised as a policewoman. Somebody who didn't want her identity known. Somebody who's good with costumes and makeup.
So you mean it was one of the women here tonight?
Maybe.
What, she wasn't here?
Maybe she wasn't a woman. Try to get a good night's sleep in this racket and the Chicago fire breaks out. Suddenly everybody's volunteering stuff, and whenever that happens, I start to itch. And this wool nightie ain't helping. Think about all the help I've been getting of late. Brogan is playing a Christmas angel all of a sudden with whatever I need. That museum professor showed up out of the blue without me sending up the high sign. And now Mildred Bannister finds she remembers a brooch back when she was collared. Is somebody trying to stop me from solving this thing? Or do they want me to stop me and then solve it and then stop me? I'll tell you one thing I've discovered. There's one wicked draft in here.
Harry!
Come in, dear.
It's here, like you said, there's a whole chapter here on the Barnstables.
Read anything about anything they found.
Alright, Harriet Barnstable, yada yada, Della at the dig, bada bing, bada boom. The excavation unearthed. Here it is, the excavation unearthed. The queen and tomb and sarcophagus of Queen Mahati Mocha. Buried along with her were artifacts of gold, lapis lazuli, and various other items belonging to her and her private. A servant buried along with her. Ugh!
Ain't you afraid to sit there? That's where the professor got shot, remember?
Nah, I figured they got who they was after. And maybe I was wrong.
Uh-huh. Oh, here's some photos. Look, here's a small statue of the servant.
Look at all them stones.
Hey, this book could come in very handy in a pinch.
That'll be $11. That's the pitch.
Hang on.
And a $2 delivery charge.
You were coming over here anyway.
For what?
To get the $11.
I swear every time I come over here, I lose money. Harry, somebody's at your door.
Well, let them in. You know how to let them in, don't you? You just put your lips together and say...
Come in!
Hello.
Hello.
Is Mr. Monday here?
Say, you're that actress, ain't you?
Why, yes, I am. What have you seen me in?
Harry's office. I was here the other night that Pop got.
Yes, that was so tragic.
Oh, wasn't it? Wasn't it just?
Poor old guy just doing his job. Look how he ends up.
I know. So sad. And to think, all because of something that happened over 20 years ago.
Yes. Are you involved too?
Oh, why, yeah, it could have been me who got shot, you know?
You don't think it's over then?
In this business, you play your cards, you take your chances.
You work with Mr. Monday?
We are like that.
And you've gotten the death threats too?
I barely know the guy. I rarely see him. I mean, make it occasionally. I come for the coffee. Harry!
What? Miss Reynolds, what are you doing here?
Have you found out anything more on the case?
Maybe so, maybe no. Why are you so interested?
Well, I just thought with all the publicity, it'd make it harder for you to get people to talk.
Publicity?
Harry.
Pearl's on top of the world with all the play the newspapers have been giving this story. Well, the box office is sold out for the next 2 weeks.
Got any mail, Harry?
I thought you knew.
Pearl hasn't said anything about it.
Well, that's odd.
Ain't it just?
Death threats, Harry. She said death threats.
Well, you have been reading the papers, haven't you?
I always keep track of the morning wheezes. Sometimes a suspect will get out with info that ain't been circulated. Then he's made. Oh, there's a relock of the case giving out my name and address.
But I don't understand how they got the story.
Gee, and at the same time as us getting all the fanfare for the play, I wonder.
Pearl!
Give the Cupid doll a Cupid doll.
You're leaving out the best part.
What?
Tell him what you got that he ain't told me about, and if he got one that he ain't told me, I don't think it's very fair.
Harry, we've been getting death threats down at the theater.
When?
Well, yesterday and again today. And they're aimed at you. But I still don't understand why Pearl didn't tell you.
Well, if the author gets murdered, she don't have to divvy up at the gate. Pearl keeps all the money?
That's horrible.
That's Pearl.
Harry, the play's tomorrow night. You better lay low.
Why are you so worried about me all of a sudden?
You owe me $11. Hey, you still owe me $11.
You'll get your money. Can't take it with you, you know.
No, but if you go, you'll be taking somebody else's.
Somebody sure don't want me to show at that opening for some reason. Hit the deck!
Harry!
What?
I'll take a check.
It's across the street from that same window.
Did you see who it was?
I don't have to. I know who it was.
Well, how?
Notice they didn't hit anything? My God! I gave it away.
Harry, do you know who the killer is?
I will. Tomorrow night after the play. I'm sure you know who did it now, right? Me either. The next night was the play, and somebody was pulling out all the stops to try to keep me away from that theater. So what did I do? I stayed away from the theater. I'm funny that way. If somebody don't want me to do something, I do it. But if they don't want me to do something, and I know they don't want me to do it, then I gotta figure they want me to do it. Unless, if they know they don't want me to go, and I figure they don't want me to go, then they'll figure. People wonder why I drink. Okay, a couple of pints. Or a couple of points. One, there may be more than one crime going on here. And two, something I did was done before. A long time ago, say 20 years. So what say we just sit tight and see what's playing here at the office? Hey! So!
I thought you was going to the theater.
I decided not to, okay? See, if somebody wants me to do something and they know that I know they
Oh, I know, I heard it. I was here the whole time. You think the murderer's coming here?
I figure the first person through that door is our man.
So it's a man.
Or a woman.
So it's a woman. Ah, you don't know, do you?
I should have turned you in. What are you doing with where'd you get a gun?
Harry, I run a pawn shop. I got outfit the Russian army.
Quick, look out!
Mr.
Veronica!
She did it!
What are you doing here?
The play just ended. Are you two the only ones here?
Yeah, why?
Well, I followed someone over.
Who?
I don't want to say. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Veronica, you better tell us what you know and quick. Things are starting to pop around here.
Oh, what did you have to say?
Yeah.
Look, we need to take cover before...
Are you going to say the lights go out?
So, where are you? Okay, don't anybody move.
Mr. Monday,
Yes?
why are you breathing so hard?
Veronica, I'm over here.
Well, if you're over there.
It's asthma, I'm sorry.
Okay, somebody just came in and then left.
Oh, there's 2 more people in here.
Somebody came in twice.
Look out! Brogan!
You let go of me!
He did it!
What are you doing here?
Came back to give you this, like you asked. Haven't had a chance to run it through the lab yet.
Maybe you won't have to.
That thing?
It's the key to the whole McGilla if I'm any judge of horses. Look out!
Not again!
Who's that?
Now what?
Let go of me!
Monday, is that you?
No!
Don't shoot, you idiot, it's us!
Sorry, we lost Harry.
Yeah, what's he up to? What's with these lights?
You're scared?
Ah, stick by me, kid.
You're not scared?
I am now.
This is nuts!
Let's try this.
Get that light out of my face!
Harry, we missed you.
Ah! Harry, is that you?
What are you doing here?
You didn't come to the play, you doofus!
She did it.
Veronica, is Pearl the one you followed over here?
Right?
Was anybody else here?
No.
Harry!
I'll get that light.
Monday, quit screwing around!
Oh,
Monday!
I think I found him.
Harry! Is he dead?
Desmond, are you all right?
No, I think I broke a nail.
All right, everybody take a seat. We're putting an end to this right now.
What's going on here?
I don't think we know.
When are you gonna be sure?
Monday!
Look who I found sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear.
I got so worried about you. After all, there's a killer running loose and I was frightened.
Right, so frightened that you ran into a dark room and then hid?
I've been so lonely lately.
Don't start that again. Join the congregation over there, won't you, dear? Well, the game's all here. Let's see what we can clear up, what say? I'll try to make it brief. First, Courtney.
What?
What put you onto me?
I don't know what you mean.
You were leading the parade, you know. Somewhere along the way you heard about the Barnstables and some missing artifact. You want to tell us about it?
Okay, I work for the city planner's office, and for years we have heard about some priceless jewel. And when I heard this building was going to be torn down, I figured I'd put you on the case. I don't want to work for the government forever, you know.
You make a lot of money working for the government? Forget I asked. Then I remembered that Pearl gets me to write the play on the blue. Why?
Well, I thought you'd make a good story. Besides, it wasn't my idea. It was Desmond's.
No!
And while we're on you, why did you change your name? It used to be Slump, didn't it?
Well, I had to change it because Slump just didn't. How'd you
A
know?
little gamble that just paid off. And that brings us to one more actor in our little melodrama. Somebody who keeps showing up at the oddest times. Mildred Bannister. Hello?
Mildred?
She did it.
Yeah, where is she?
Okay. Nobody move. What do you have in that closet?
Willie, get out of here!
Oh. Hand over the gun, Miss Bannister, and I'll go easy on you.
Mildred, this won't do you any good.
It's the only way out now. Desmond, make a run for it.
He did it.
Why is everybody trying to pin this on me?
Hey, it's convenient. I figured early on there was more than one person involved in this thing. Can I hold the service now?
Well, don't take too long.
Right. Well, there you have it. That's all the clues. That's all the clues and all the suspects. Keep in mind 2 things. All the clues ain't real, and there could be more than one crime going on here. Oh yeah, one other thing. I could be wrong.
Monday, who are you talking to?
Don't worry, Brogan. They're with me. Okay, let's see what you think. Who do you think the murderer is? Clap for your favorite suspect. Was it Saul? Desmond? Mildred? How about Pearl? Courtney? How about Veronica? And just for grins, what about Brogan? Well, let's see what we'll uncover. First, let's get the trivials out of the way. Veronica!
What?
The death threats came to the theater, right?
Right. Aren't you scared?
No, because Pearl sent them. Right, Pearl?
Oh, why on earth would you think that I would send?
Because they were sent to the theater. You know, if I'd gotten them here, I might not have told anybody. They had to come to the theater so you could pass it around and build up interest in the play.
Oh, you're so smart.
Right. You were also the one firing the pistol out of the window across the street yesterday. Again, to keep the story alive.
All right, that was me. But it worked. The play is sold out for a month.
Was it any good?
No! But it's sold out.
Saul, you showed up at the oddest times. The professor was scared to his knees when you just happened to drop by that day.
I did it! What, Harry, you don't think that...
Now to the clues. Brogan, you brought this over. This old parchment.
Yeah.
Mildred?
Don't come any closer.
You left this at the museum, didn't you?
I'm not saying.
You're the only one who could have. You broke into the place, and then afterwards, they found it. My guess is she's also the one who broke in last year. Mildred, this parchment is worthless.
What?
But she
can't be.
But she didn't know that. Also, remember, when you had her locked up and somebody paid for bail, somebody who passed themselves off as me?
Right.
And who better to play me than somebody who's been hired to play me in a play?
Okay, I did it.
He did it!
I mean, I paid for bail.
Harry, get to the point.
Just pointing out that there are two crimes here, and Professor Hamadan was probably funneling off artifacts on the black market, all the while alibying to the authorities back in Egypt.
Well, how'd you get that?
When he was here and Saul rushed in, he hit the floor pleading for his life. He was guilty and thought his time was up. It was after Mildred gets me on the case that the professor shows. He followed her over. Why? To find out what I know.
So they were after the professor.
Who was after the professor?
Then we have the brooch. The one that you said you saw when you were being arrested.
I did see it.
You couldn't have. This is mine.
I've never seen you wear that, Harry.
I mean, I just threw that in myself to see who would claim it. It's a false clue. And you saw it before?
Well, I was thinking, I thought...
You thought you were protecting someone. Someone like your brother.
Millie, you didn't. She's Desmond's sister?
We had nothing to do with Pop's murder.
I know.
Why'd you have to say
So Mildred makes up the story about the brooch to throw us off. Unfortunately, it backfires when I started thinking that the killer might be a man, which takes us back to Desmond here. Desmond, thinking he's protecting Mildred, breaks in here with one of his pals and tries to ransack the place. I recognized your voice, pal.
I was doing the character.
He recognized the parchment and thought it would lead us back to Mildred.
All right, Miss Bannister, hand over the gun. I got you down as accessory, no matter what you do now.
Millie, I didn't kill anyone.
Oh, well then that's different.
Get it!
Well, you were both in on it for the artifact, whatever it was.
I don't have it.
Wait, Brogan, there's more. Think. Mildred breaks into the museum and puts something back. Something she thought her father had stolen 20 years before.
Myron Slump?
That's the guy, and since All this happened at the same time as the Barnstables being murdered. Suspicion fell on Slump. These two were just trying, after all these years, to clear his name. See, somebody wanted me to find the artifact, and somebody else didn't.
All right, but what about the curse sent down to the station house?
I believe the professor sent that in to play your guys against me. Didn't work out for him, though.
This is the brief version.
Doesn't anybody want to know where the artifact is?
You found it?
Harry, where is it?
Hang on.
Don't you just want to strangle him?
Stand in line. Harry!
The great thing about this book is it was written years ago. In other words, it was here long before all the other clues started showing up. Like this one, that Veronica found in my couch, the one that says Barnstable.
Maybe that was there from 20 years ago.
Are you kidding? You know how many times I've gone through that couch looking for spare change? This was planted, and this is what gave me the clue to solve it.
But, Harry, where's the artifact?
Brogan had it.
What?
I gave it to you. This, guys and dolls, is the artifact.
Wrong one, Harry. I've had that in my shop for years.
Right. And this pen, I thought it said padlock, but it doesn't. It actually gives the name of the person who hawked it in the first place. Something I've done with the other dagger, only they had the idea 20 years before for safekeeping, and they couldn't use their real name. It doesn't say padlock. It says paddock.
Paddock? You mean like a place where they keep horses?
Right. Also like a barn or a stable. Barn. Stable.
Barnstable!
Take a look at this statue, Brogan. It was found by the Barnstables. A small likeness of this queen's servant, or her private. And notice one of the jewels is missing?
Where the other eye would be. The private eye.
Like it says in the curse. And that's what all of this has been about. But this clinches it. Remember I said there were two people involved in this murder? I was wrong. There was only one. Mildred and Desmond were trying to clear their dad. They wanted me to find the killer. They wouldn't have planted this. And little Miss Sybil's servant wanted me to, was looking for the artifact. She also wanted me to succeed. Only one of you was trying to stop me.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Desmond didn't come up with the idea of me writing a play. You did. You were the one who rented the office from across the street, and you were the one who planted this tag for me to find. The professor shows up here, and you get nervous. It's okay if you remember seeing Courtney, right? After all, she's looking for the artifact. Or if you remember seeing Mildred. She broke into the museum. No big deal. But suppose he tells me about you. You, who's not interested in either the Barnstables or the artifact, supposedly. Then, when he shows up here...
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
I have proof. Remember, when Pop was dying, Pop told us that he had been married twice. Once to Marguerite Barnstable, and the other time to you. Brogan, remember, when Pop was dying, he said that one of the Barnstables had murdered the other two, and he shot the last one.
Yeah.
A fact that nobody knew until he told us. Nobody except you. You said that's what happened several days ago. And how would you know that?
No.
Pop had kept quiet about it all. Maybe you two were working together. Then, when I started suspecting him, you figured he'd take you down with him. So?
All right, nobody move.
Oh, geez, how did we not see this coming?
Did you do anything?
No.
Then shut up!
I'm not finished, and you're not leaving until you hear the last part.
What do you mean?
Mildred, you didn't murder anybody, did you?
That's right.
And your gun isn't loaded, is it?
Right. Wait.
Brogan, here's your killer.
You have the right to remain silent.
I wish you would have said
You really are good, aren't you?
Was your mother a clinging vine?
But Harry, where's the gem?
Right here. Folks, the private eye.
Nice work, Harry. I guess that wraps it all up.
That's right. Take her in, Brogan.
And you get to come too.
What? What for?
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Me? What for?
Says willful destruction of private property.
Willful destruction? What did I willfully destruct? The only thing I damaged is when I shot...
Hey, I ain't got no insurance.
Let's go.
So...
You owe me $11 for the history book, $40 for the first aggravated